In this section, I will explain the legal consequences of engaging in or tolerating inappropriate behavior at work, such as harassment, discrimination, bullying, etc. Inappropriate behavior at work can have serious negative impacts on the well-being, productivity, and reputation of employees and employers. It can also expose them to legal risks and liabilities. According to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EOC, harassment is a form of employment discrimination that violates federal laws such as Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Age Discrimination in Employment Act of 1967, ADA, and the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, ADA. Harassment is unwelcome conduct that is based on protected characteristics such as race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, disability, or genetic information. Harassment becomes unlawful when enduring the offensive conduct becomes a condition of continued employment, or when the conduct is severe or pervasive enough to create a work environment that a reasonable person would consider intimidating, hostile, or abusive. The EOC states that the employer is automatically liable for harassment by a supervisor that results in a negative employment action such as termination, failure to promote or hire, and loss of wages. The employer can also be liable for harassment by coworkers or non-employees if it knew or should have known about the harassment and failed to take prompt and appropriate corrective action. The legal consequences of harassment can include lawsuits, investigations, settlements, damages, penalties, and injunctions. For example, in fiscal year 2020, the EOC recovered $439.2 million for victims of discrimination in private sector and state and local government workplaces through litigation and administrative enforcement. Additionally, harassment can damage the employer's reputation and public image, as well as erode employee morale and trust. Inappropriate behavior at work can also violate other federal and state laws that prohibit discrimination, retaliation, whistleblowing violations, wage and hour violations, privacy violations, defamation, fraud, breach of contract, and torts. Depending on the nature and severity of the misconduct, employees and employers can face civil or criminal charges, fines, sanctions, restitution orders, or imprisonment. Therefore, it is important for employees and employers to understand their rights and responsibilities under the law and to prevent and address inappropriate behavior at work promptly and effectively. Doing so can help create a respectful, ethical, and inclusive workplace culture that benefits everyone. In this section, I will provide some practical tips on how to prevent, report, and respond to inappropriate behavior at work. Inappropriate behavior can take many forms, such as workplace aggression, disruptive work behavior, gossiping, oversharing, or inappropriate dress. These behaviors can affect the workplace negatively, causing poor morale, employee stress, damage to reputation, and employee turnover. Therefore, it is important to know how to deal with them effectively and professionally. The first tip is to set clear boundaries with your coworkers and managers. You have the right to be treated with respect and dignity at work, and you should communicate your expectations and preferences clearly and politely.